ready for this? You ready for this? You ready for this?
Welcome to this continuing series from Morgan Rees.
Welcome, I'm your host Morgan Rees. In this series of short videos, we're going to discuss songs that sound similar to other songs and have lawsuits. A lot of famous musicians, and here's a few just for example. Ed Sheeran, George Harrison, Katy Perry, Led Zeppelin, Pharrell Williams, Coldplay, Bruno Mars, Mariah Carey, and many more. These lawsuits claim that another artist copied their release. We'll compare a few. A judge once wrote that those 8 notes are not particularly unique or rare in combination. Now, to win one of these lawsuits, you have to prove the following 3 things. That you own the original song. Number 2, that the thief had access to your song. They heard it somewhere along the line. And finally, the big one, you have to prove that the 2 songs are substantially similar. And that's where it gets tough. These lawsuits have a history. The first big one to go to trial was the Chiffons versus George Harrison's She's So Fine and My Sweet Lord. Regrettably, George Harrison lost. A typical settlement would be a large financial payment and a co-authorship of the song.
Dua Lipa versus Artikal Sound System lawsuit. Dua Lipa faces multiple lawsuits over her 2020 hit Levitating, with separate artists accusing her of ripping off their songs. The first complaint, filed in Los Angeles in federal courts by members of the reggae band Artikal Sound System, alleges that Levitating is, quotation marks, substantially similar, close quotation marks, to its 2017 song Live Your Life. The band alleges that Dua Lipa and her team listened and copied its song while writing Levitating, according to court documents. Here is the legal landscape. Dua Lipa, Artikal Sound System, Brown and Linzer, Miguel Bose, Andrew Sisters, Outkast, and Rosa Parks. The other complaint, filed in New York federal court, the songwriters L. Russell Brown and Sandy Linzer accused Dua Lipa of copying the 1979 disco track Wiggle and Giggle All Night Long. They also hold the copyright to the 1980 song Don Diablo by Miguel Bose, which had infringed on Wiggle and Giggle. He Without Sin cast the first stone. It appears that Corey Dale and Miguel Bose, for both Wiggle Wiggle and Don Diablo, sampled parts of the 1940 jazz hit by the Andrews Sisters, Rum and Cola. Almost immediately after recording Levitating, Dua Lipa said in an interview on iHeart that she was heavily inspired by Outkast's Rosa Parks' song. In 1999, Rosa Parks sued Outkast over the song. The lawsuit alleged that the song misappropriated Parks' name. The suit was finally settled in April 14, 2005 in a settlement agreement. Outkast and their producer and record label paid Parks an undisclosed cash settlement. With all these lawsuits, it reminds me of a football playbook.
Plagiarism claims are an occupational hazard if you're a musician. New music copyright laws are scaring away new hits. Booms in copyright lawsuits is rattling the industry to a point where some of the artists and songwriters and labels are looking at insurance. There's a lot of confusion of what's permissible and what's not permissible. Cases are decided by off-the-street average listeners. They're not musicians, and record labels are very concerned about this.
Let's transition from the legal side to the music side.
Moonlight, you're my sunrise. I need you. Don't stop till you have lived your life for me. All day, all night, party till sunrise. Now don't stop till you have lived your life for, lived your life. I got you. Moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. All day, all night, party till sunrise. Now don't stop till you have lived your life for, lived your life for. I got you. Moonlight, you're my starlight. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me. Come on, dance with me.
Let's stack both Levitating and Live Your Life together.
All day, moonlight, You're my sunrise. I need you all night. Come on, dance with me.
Let's look at the rhyme scheme of Levitating and Live Your Life. Let's look at the rhyme scheme of Cake by the Ocean and Live Your Life. The Charleston Rhythm. Takatabach, 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 takatabach. Artikal Sound System, Live Your Life. Outkast, Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks, Levitating, Live Your Life. Artist draw from prior art. Evil Woman, 1975. B minor 7th, F sharp minor 7th, E minor 7th, E minor 7th. The Charleston Rhythm is a very common 1970s disco rhythm. Cake by the Ocean uses the Charleston Rhythm. 5/4/4 melodic arch. Minor key progression. Identical rhythm scheme. Outro by DNCE, Cake by the Ocean. Live Your Life was not the first to do this kind of melody.
May I suggest, before releasing a song, check with today's technology and run it past Shazam, or also run it by YouTube. Google's YouTube has a software that scans the internet, verifying if your content that you're about to upload is infringing in any way. Shazam has a database of millions and millions of songs. It tracks videos, audio, and all kinds of shows. Shazam will even tell you the name of the song, the artist, or even songs or albums similar to it. Shazam provides lyrics in real time or finds songs by the same name. Shazam is owned by Apple Computers. There's also Google's YouTube free content match tool. It automatically goes out on the internet and automatically identifies video and audios, and it tells you if you're infringing in any way. Once you have that information and that match, you can make it, review it, and make any action items that you need. This is Morgan Rees. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the internet. If you enjoyed the content, please click like and subscribe.
If you'd like to learn more, log on to www.morganrees.com. That's morganrees.com. Thanks for listening.